So this is Oven's fun question, which is roughly about circle equations. And basically his question is something along the lines of what? How do you write down something that makes a shape that's not itself a function, right? Like, I know how to graph functions, but I also know that circles aren't functions. And so how would I write down something about a circle? Okay, so maybe here's a point. I'm going to call this point h comma k because that's sort of traditional for the middle of a circle. And I'm going to draw a circle around this thing, right? And what does a circle around this thing mean?
Distance from it?
Yeah, so the distance from the circle to the point in the middle is always
The radius.
the radius. So creatively enough, I'm going to call that r,
Nice.
right? And really what I mean is exactly what you guys just said. I'm going to say distance from x comma y, right, from whatever point, to h comma k is r. Okay? Do you have a way to get distance from x comma y to h comma k? What is it?
Distance formula?
Yeah, you've got a distance formula, right?
Where is x, y?
At the end of the.
Oh, anywhere on the circle?
Yeah, x, y is just some point that's going to be on the circle, right? So I'm just going to say, yeah, to be on the circle, it means that the point x, y to hk is always r long. Okay, so here, I'll even help. You guys have it. Not another color in here? No, someone took all my colors. Fine, I'll do it the boring way. Okay,
There's
Oh.
colors over there.
sweet. Everybody see the triangle?
Do you have a whiteboard in your backpack?
For times when I have whiteboard.
Tricked.
My bad.
Okay, so there's this triangle, right?
Literally no color.
Which is a right triangle, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Because
you
you-
said so.
Because I said so.
Because
You
it's
just-
it's
you
parallel
added
to the
two
x
lines.
and y.
Yeah, the bottom's parallel to the x-axis and the
Y is parallel to
sides, the vertical side's parallel to the y-axis,
I
right?
know it's a 45.
I don't know it's a 45. I just drew some random triangle. It usually looks like a 45. Sorry. You can draw this triangle too if you want.
Oh,
Right? It's just any triangle that starts at some point x, y and ends at hk.
yeah. Okay.
And has an r along the hypotenuse, right? So what does that mean?
Triangle just makes the rising line.
Yeah, the triangle's kind of risey runny, right? Okay, so tell me how long those sides are. Like those sides have lengths. How long are they?
They are y minus k.
Good. This one's the rise. So that's y minus k. And this one
X minus h.
is x minus h. You guys see that's actually true over here too? Okay. So, what do I know? Well, I know those squared and added together should be r squared, right? So that'd be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is r squared. Yep, that's the equation of a circle. So if I try to solve this, right, for y, that would be me trying to make this thing into a function, right? So if I tried to make this into a function, I'd get y minus k squared is r squared minus x minus h squared. Okay, see that? Then I'd square root both sides, and then add k. So I'd get y is plus or minus the square root of r squared minus x minus h squared plus k. Why is this thing not a function?
Because of the plus or minus.
Good, because it's two functions, right? I can see that here. Right, if this thing's going to pass the vertical line test, right? I only get to use half of it. Pick a half. This one's the positive half, and that one's the negative half. You guys see that? This one has two branches, right? It's got a positive branch.
So
and
is
a
it still negative if it's over the negative x quadrant?
Yeah, if you shift this thing around, it'll still have a top half and a bottom half, right?
Yeah, it does say plus
Wherever the
K.
circle is. What's that?
I said the plus K gives it that.
Yeah, the plus K is just moving it up or down, right?
And then the H.
And then the H moves it left or right. Duh. You guys with me on that? So, yeah, oftentimes they just look like an equation with x's and y's in them that maybe you can't solve for y.
Except at two specific points.
Yeah, so on this one we got actually really close to being able to solve for y. But if you have some kind of general garbage like this,
That's mostly what I was kind of asking. But the
Right.
schedule was the simplest.
yeah, so this would look like some equation of x's and y's, right? And obviously I can't solve it explicitly for y or x because it fails both the vertical line test and the horizontal line test. So I'm kind of SOL on making that into a function unless I go to Calc 3 land.
So you would just use if you wanted to create that shape, you would just use piecewise functions, right? Or
Yeah, we could make this out of a bunch of pieces,
Pieces, not piecewise functions.
right? They won't be a piecewise function because this thing still isn't a function.
Right.
But we could use pieces, yeah. Another way we could do it is the exact way I drew it, right? I drew it sort of over time, right? And at no time was my marker in two places at once. So I could think about this as one time variable being smashed into two dimensions, right? Which is really how we do this in Calc 3.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. Questions there?